What is happening with Bitcoin as we speak? Bitcoin price go up for one Bitcoin, by the way, to more than $36,000, guys.
What?
And we will talk about in this episode why, because it's a big part of the financial world right now. So let's dive in. So what is happening with this cryptocurrency? While so many people don't say it should be said it's a currency, it's the basic word for exactly this kind of asset. But let's dive first into the gain of the last couple of days because it's just ridiculous, okay? So on the 30th of December, we were still at $28,356. Which is, was expected. But what was definitely not expected, in my personal opinion, was that in just 5 days, we gained $6,821, which equals to 25%. And the all-time high was somewhere around 36, and now it's around 34. So it's just so ridiculous that this kind of new type of investment vehicle is gaining so much attraction. Now, why is that? I think there's a couple of reasons for it. First, I think it's the overall trend that people look for it, people don't want to miss it, the people got FOMO. Second, there's some very good news, right? Square and other big companies are going with their assets into Bitcoin, and obviously this gives a huge push in credibility, because if big companies and big institutions are moving into this asset, it seems quite safe and credible, so obviously the asset goes up. Then the third point, in my personal opinion, is just because of the last 5 days to 25% up, is in my personal view a reason because the people were so abstracted from the stock market, right? I mean, I saw it personally in my Discord chat that people said, hey, stock market is closed for now 5 days or 4 days, and let's trade a little bit of Bitcoin, right? So I think this is also something that actually happened, that people nowadays, the Robin Hoods and all the other people that are now gaming with their money on financial markets, because everybody is a wizard of us in the financial world and knows what will go up and down.
Hey, hey, hey.
So I think this is another reason why so much demand just flew into Bitcoin, and maybe also some rearrangements of some funds and saying, you know what, we as hedge fund need to have Bitcoin on our statements because we don't want to look stupid in front of our investors when this is the best performing asset of end of 2020 and we don't even own one coin. So that's why I'm thinking those are the reasons why the price of Bitcoin went up. But in my personal opinion, it's more important to explain what Bitcoin actually is, okay? So, first of all, you need to understand there will be maximum amount of Bitcoins, we all know that, and there is this factor of scarcity inside it, all right? And if you're talking with experts, I have a very good friend who's an expert, and he, says, when I started to talk with him about Bitcoin, I said, this currency, and he said, no, it's not a currency. While you still can pay with it, it's not a currency.
No.
It's more of a digital gold, right? Because it's scarcity. But then, gold you can use for different kind of products that you can melt in, or jewelry, right? So Bitcoin are this very digital, not able to touch asset inside the internet.
Be connected.
So to stop Bitcoin, you would need to stop the internet, which we think that will never happen, right? So on the other hand, I was thinking for a long time how you could describe Bitcoin. And I think I have something that described it quite nicely, which is, I believe, it's more of an digital art piece. Think about it. Okay, so Bitcoin, you could pay with it, you can store your asset with it, and it will basically, it's unfakeable. All right, so these are very big 3 attributes of Bitcoin. Now look at the picture of Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is unique, there's just one, and it's basically unfakeable, right? I mean, you cannot fake the Mona Lisa because everyone knows where's the original one. It's very secured, nobody can steal it basically. Even if there are like 5 copies, you can bring experts who can determine which one is the right one. Plus, it's going up in value, right? Because there's more demand for the asset like this, and there's people who like this asset as an art piece, right? And I also believe that one of the big points here is that you could basically pay with a Mona Lisa. I mean, if you're buying a super yacht and you say, you know, I have a Mona Lisa, do you would trade your Mona Lisa against your super yacht? I know this is very abstract, but think about it. It's not a currency, but it could be used as a currency very easily, right? I mean, same with Bitcoin. Not everybody accept Bitcoin, but you know, you can anytime, you know, move Bitcoin into cash and then pay for things. So I think the only difference here is that obviously this is a hard asset, the Mona Lisa, that you can touch. Actually, you would never be allowed to touch the Mona Lisa, but you know what I mean. And this is a very nicely dividable asset, right? So this is great, and you can, you know, buy it 24 hours and so on. So, but I think this is the closest comparison, because gold is very, you know, gold, yes, there will be much more things about gold. You know, gold can be mined actually in space, and then, you know, gold would be basically very less worth because there's so much of it. So, you know, this is different. Gold you could pay, you know, but, you know, if you go to I would say a shop and you would say, you know, I will pay you in gold, they will not accept it, obviously, right? Or in gold coins, they will not accept it, right? So I think this is fantastic to understand also the power of something being scarce in the world and having lots and lots demand by PR and marketing that it gets for free because it's centralized, right? And I just thought that's a funny and very nice comparison. Let me know what you think about that. Before we diving into the next category, I would love to also emphasize the X10Masterclass.com, my very own online course with 100 not published videos about how to find X10 stocks, lifetime access into Discord, and a 107-point Excel sheet where you can put in some information and see how convicted you could be about your X10 stock that you researched by my tools, by your own. I think this is something fantastic. And with Wolf23, you get 23% off just, and I'm telling you this is the last discount. As of now, it will be 23% off for just this couple of days. So hurry up, get your course, and let's dive now to the future of Bitcoin. In my personal opinion, Bitcoin came to stay. I think there's very important factors that mainstream Wall Street doesn't understand sometimes. It happens with 10x stocks. It happens with new asset classes. Yes, you know, Bitcoin lost a couple of value in percentage point when it dropped a couple of times. But this happens also to an Amazon stock or a Netflix stock or Tesla stock in the very early days, right? The stock goes in the beginning to $20, then to 10 or 8, back to 27, then back to 10, right? This is normal. It happened with Amazon, it happened with so many other innovative stocks. Now, I think that Bitcoin as the very first cryptocurrency and such a masterpiece of innovation is something that the people and the younger generations, the millennials, will understand and want to be in it. It's something that is just so ridiculously new, and people believe in it, and there's the scarcity that you are almost forced to have something in Bitcoin. I personally am not invested in Bitcoin because I'm just a specialist in X10 stocks, which, to analyze consumer behavior and find innovative consumer companies. This is my specialty, right? I'm not so much into crypto. I'm not following it. It's not my big interest, though I think that Bitcoin easily can go to $100,000 within this year. So there's definitely this huge opportunity that you can have with Bitcoin. I think it's a very interesting and very flexible asset. Meanwhile, you can get very big amounts into Bitcoin, exchange them to dollars, and in a reverse, you can send and pay with it. You can just have 0.0001 Bitcoin if you want. So it's a fantastic asset. You can have $1 into Bitcoin if you want. You can have $20 into Bitcoin. This is something very nice investment vehicle for the future, and that's why I'm very bullish. Let me know what you think about Bitcoin. I'm super excited about your opinion, and if you want to join the Bitcoin conversation in my Discord, click the join button below and you will get in, and I wish you a fantastic best day of your whole life.